most women are disgusting. And it's true. Not all, so this video doesn't get taken down, flagged. But most women are pretty gross, if you really just think about it. As a young man, you fall in love with a girl at a young age. You trade all your time to get that money. You work that job trading all your time, spending all that money on that girl. You save up enough for the ring. You give her the kids, you buy her the house. If possible, you make her a stay-at-home wife. And most of those women will cheat. 99% of women cheat. 99% of divorces are because of women in 2026. It makes sense. Look at society. Look at how the women act. Look at this. Look at their role models. Feminism destroyed our society. They told young women that they do not need a man. And look, nobody's having kids anymore. They're all living their own truth. Women are divorcing their husbands and taking half of their just because they see videos and society telling them that the grass is greener on the other side. It is disgusting. As humans, we only have one role. We complicated this as animals. All we need to do is reproduce to keep our species going. And then the man provides and protects, and the woman protects the children and makes the home. They're the nurturers. That is very important roles. They are both equal and important roles that we all have to understand and go back to. All this is destroying society. And yeah, it's sad.
Does body count matter to you? And if it does, why? I think it's really important that we ask ourselves where we get the messaging around body count and it being a good thing or a bad thing, and why. In my opinion, my answer is no, but I think there's like pros to both. So when someone hasn't had a lot of sexual experiences, it means that you get to potentially experience that with them or things with them for the first time, which can be really exciting, and it can make it feel like really just fresh and new, and it's just exciting. But if someone has had a lot of experiences, that can be really helpful because they are likely going to be more confident and more comfortable to be like, hey, do you want to try this? Or do you want to try this position or this toy? Or do you want to talk a little bit during or after about our... And I think that's a really big pro because it means that they are going to hopefully be able to draw things out of you that maybe you didn't know about yourself beforehand. It is so important that we don't allow ourselves to believe the messaging that we've probably received from society, which is that if someone has had a lot of situations that they are for some reason dirty or used or whatever people will say, it's horrible. And I think as long as that person has been practicing safe practices like wearing a condom, using protection of whatever that is, whatever that looks like, and they're getting tested regularly for STIs and they are having consensual experiences with people, then there's no reason why someone having a lot of experiences is a bad thing. If anything, I think it's a pro. I think it's great.
I don't think men leave happy homes. I think they leave once that respect is gone. I have been divorced for 8 years. I was with my ex-husband for a total of 10 years and we have a child together. And these are some of the things that I have learned along the way. And no, it did not come overnight, but ladies, listen up. If you want true loyalty from a man, ladies, you have got to stop making your husband or significant other the punchline for your social media likes and the gossip ring for your girlfriends. And don't forget, respect is like oxygen for a man. You take it away long enough and I'm going to tell you what, honey, he is going to suffocate. And men don't just wake up one day and just decide to leave. Men leave after the same repetitive days, like coming home after working hard all day to the nagging, complaining, moaning, and griping. This in the ear as soon as they walk in the door. And sometimes you hear these women say, I don't know what happened. He just changed. Or maybe he just adjusted to the way that you've been treating him. And some of you I know are going to say, well, it sounds like he just can't handle a strong woman. Then no, I'm pretty sure he can handle a strong woman. He doesn't want to handle a disrespectful one. So when your husband gets home from work, hug him, tell him you love him, how much you appreciate him, how much you're thankful for the hard work that he does to provide for your family, because I'm telling you, you do not want to be on the other side of this fence.
And at some point in time, modern women have to understand that You told a man that you don't want a man talking to you. So when a man goes and, is it a wrong thing for a man to go and do something else with his time besides being in somebody else's face? Because that's what modern women want. They want you to be in their face. They don't necessarily want anything with you because you're not Chad or Tyrone. They just want some attention and validation.
5 signs a man is truly broken. Not weak, not lost, just carrying a weight no one else sees. 1. He isolates himself even when surrounded by people, because he's mastered the art of hiding pain behind a smile. Silence becomes his shield. 2. He keeps himself constantly busy, walking, driving, moving, not for joy, but to outrun the thoughts that haunt him when he slows down. 3. He loves with a huge heart, because his own has been shattered so many times that being loved is the one thing he still craves deeply. 4. He apologizes for things that don't need an apology. It's trauma speaking, a habit built from years of avoiding conflict and feeling like a burden. 5. He looks angry, tense, or distant, but it's not anger. It's someone trying to be happy in the only way he still knows. And here comes the most important part. If you ask him, "Are you okay?" he'll always answer, "I'm fine." Not because he is, but because he doesn't know how to be anything else.
Most women pay attention to attraction. The smartest women pay attention to investment. A man can be attracted to you, text you every day, take you on dates, tell you how beautiful you are, and still have no intention of building a future with you, because attraction and commitment are not the same thing. Attraction is driven by desire. Commitment is driven by investment. Watch what he invests, not just what he says. Does he make plans? Does he follow through? Does he consistently show up? Does his effort increase over time? Or does he simply enjoy your attention? Most women are taught how to attract men. Very few are taught how to evaluate them, and that changes everything. Because the goal isn't attracting a man. The goal is recognizing the man who is capable of commitment before you become emotionally attached. That's a skill, and once you learn it, dating becomes a lot simpler. If you want to learn how to attract commitment, not just attention, comment "choose," and I'll send you my book on feminine dating.
In case you ain't noticed, these hoes is not nothing like what they used to be. These on the internet and all they give a about is a fake story that'll make their reputation look a certain way, just enough to be able to pull some in hopes of a bag or a better life handed to them. These not standing on nothing reflective of family. These hoes don't give a about a father, don't give a if they kids have a father, don't give a about family, don't give a about building. If you find a woman that values these things, bruh, all these care about is being a victim nowadays. When it come down to real responsibility, hoes nowadays want to be a victim. When it come down to the internet, hoes nowadays want to be popping into everybody's business. When it come down to a subliminal post, a want to make it. When it come down to some drama, a hoe want to be in it while saying they don't want to be in it. When it come down to vanity, this more than their credit score, more than their home ownership, more than they building a family, more than their kids not being a statistic. Hoes about the with the designer on and all the weed smoking posts and stacks of money next to their ear more than they care about a family unit. That was up good back in the late 60s, early 70s when they passed them programs and for welfare.
How much does a guy have to make a year?
He gotta make the rag. He need the bread. He gotta have some money if I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mama.
So put a number to it.
I don't know, racks. I say 6 figures. A 6-figure nigga. Nigga that bring home a bag, not no little small bullshit bag. Y'all niggas better not be talking shit.
Would you rather be a stay-home mom or a carry-out lady?
A stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom. Why?
Because the need to go get the bread. I'll stay at home. You feel me? You bring the bread to me. Because I don't want to work. I had a house clean. I cook. I do everything. I just don't want to work.
And take care of the kids as well?
And take care of the kids.
Will you be willing to homeschool the kids?
Yeah.
Would you want a stay-home wife or a woman who gets her own bread?
Woman that gets out on bread.
Why?
Cause you got to go get it just like me.
You gotta go what?
You got to go get it just like me.
All right, what about you?
Yeah, you got to have your own hustle.
And I think we have to look at how draining dating has become. We have to look at, the reason, or another reason that men are checking out of dating is because, dating has started to feel, for a lot of men, it's a little bit more, a lot more draining. You're not really hopeful like you used to be. It's more draining than it is exciting. You have, can't believe I'm gonna say this. You don't really have anything to look forward to, right? I'm so excited to take this lady out. It's gonna be a great time. Even if it ends up being bad, there's still excitement in there because it's like, man, I got out and I'm out here just moving and grooving. It's not really like that for a lot of men. And so that's another reason that they kind of check out.
That's why men are walking away from women. Not out of spite, not out of hatred, out of self-preservation. Because the state of modern women today means the juice is no longer worth the squeeze. Why? Because they compromise peace instead of multiplying it. They bring noise when a man wants calm. They bring conflict when a man wants clarity. And for men in their 30s and beyond, peace is the empire worth defending. Let's talk about the state of modern women. They've been shaped by culture, by social media, by a system that feeds them endless attention they were never supposed to have. And what does that attention create? Inflated egos, unrealistic expectations, endless insecurity. A woman today is flooded with more validation in a single day, than her grandmother got in an entire lifetime.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's your body count?
My body count?
Yeah.
I'd rather not share that on the internet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, here's the thing. I knew you were going to say that. There's a reason why you don't want to disclose that.
Yes, because I have free will and I can say what I want. Thank you.
No, sure. But let's actually peel the layer back, right?
Okay.
The reason why you don't want to disclose it, as well as women in general don't want to disclose that, because women understand that their sexuality defines their value in the dating marketplace. Women instinctually know that their body count directly affects, and their past promiscuity directly affects their ability to find a suitor in the future, right? So when people use a term like, which is a pejorative term, that's attributed to women because you guys care about your body count because that limits your ability to find a man. But for us, the more partners we have, typically the more value we have. Because as a man, for you to be able to get a lot of sex, you have to bring something to the table. Men that have a lot of women typically have some kind of money, some status, they're charming, they have something.
Can I speak?
Well, I'm finishing my point to answer your question. So men have to bring something to the table to be promiscuous. Women don't. So that's why it's not respected. Well, let me ask you a question. What's your body count?
My body count?
Yeah.
I'd rather not share that on the internet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, here's the thing. I knew you were going to say that. There's a reason why you don't want to disclose that.
Yes, because I have free will and I can say what I want. Thank you.
No, sure. But let's actually peel the layer back, right?
Okay.
The reason why you don't want to disclose it, as well as women in general don't want to disclose that, because women understand that their sexuality defines their value in the dating marketplace. Women instinctually know that their body count directly affects, and their past promiscuity directly affects their ability to find a suitor in the future, right? So when people use a term like, which is a pejorative term, that's attributed to women because you guys care about your body count because that limits your ability to find a man. But for us, the more partners we have, typically the more value we have. Because as a man, for you to be able to get a lot of sex, you have to bring something to the table. Men that have a lot of women typically have some kind of money, some status, they're charming, they have something.
Can I speak?
Well, I'm finishing my point to answer your question. So men have to bring something to the table to be promiscuous. Women don't. So that's why it's not respected.
This tea that I'm about to spill, I usually reserve exclusively for my private community, the Future Wives Club. However, I feel like being kind, so you're welcome. If you are serious about being intentional with your love life and being around like-minded, equally yoked men, you need to be in DC for the Congressional Black Caucus this weekend up until September the 28th. This is where you're going to find your lawyers, your politicians, your entrepreneurs, your executives, people who are serious about showing up for their community. Now, of course, it needs to make sense. So you need to be in the spaces of law, politics, public policy, public advocacy, right? So once your personal or your professional interests align, you need to be in the the vicinity. You don't even actually have to attend the conference. The real magic happens at the mixers and the parties and the accompanying events. So search CBC Week or check Eventbrite for more details. And if you want to get weekly alerts around events that are happening in your city, in your state, then go ahead and comment the words future wife to join my community so I can give you those updates ASAP. See you soon.
Wives are great at accountability until it's about us. We can list every single thing our husband does wrong, from how he loads the dishwasher to how he breathes when he's frustrated. But the moment he points out something we could do better, oh no, now it's you're attacking me, or your tone was rude, or why are you being so defensive? Here's the truth. We want our husbands to grow, to lead, to listen. But that also means we have to be willing to take correction too. Marriage isn't just about who's right. It's about who's willing to take responsibility when they are wrong. And sometimes that's us. That's what real accountability looks like. Not perfection, not pride. Just the humility to say, you're right. I can work on that. Because when you both can do that, that's when your marriage really starts to grow.
You know, you have a lot of modern women continuing to ask, where are all the men at? How come these men are not at singles events? Well, if you were to go to an event just to get humiliated, would you go? If you were going to the event just to honestly and truly become content, would you go? The answer is probably going to be not. I'm not coming. I'm not going to pay to be humiliated. The drinks are not going to be that good. The food's not going to be that good. We're not going to be doing anything that I want to do. So I'm not going. And that's how a lot of men think. Even if the drinks are good, even if the food is good. Okay, this looks like a place I would go, but I'm not going on that night. I'll go the next night or the night before or some other time.
Are you by yourself? What do you use for your skin?
I don't.
You telling me you don't do skincare?
No.
Why you don't do skincare? What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. Veronica.
Veronica.
You don't do skincare, why?
I don't.
Like things. Oh, what?
No.
Wait, why not?
Because I don't.
Spit it out.
I don't.
You just don't have like the urge, or you never tried, or you never looked into it.
Like
a little bit of everything.
Six.
Okay.
If women want their soft girl era, we want our soft guy era in 2024. Drizzle. Because this whole 6'6" that women have been pushing. I want a man that's 6 figures, 6 feet tall, with a 6-inch this. I want a 6-pack. They are unrealistic standards. And men have been demonized, told that they broke, they're dusty. But what does a woman do in return? Oh, she just comes with a load of baby daddies, high body count. Men have just gotten fed up. A man can go to the Philippines, he can go to Thailand, he can go to Latin America, he can go to the Middle East, he can go all over the world and find a woman. You are stuck with the men that you have within your geography. And if you cannot negotiate with a man, you are going to be alone. This whole sprinkle movement have made you guys stupid. And this is the only way that men can actually bring awareness to your stupidity. Drizzle.
This video is for the women who claim that they want a good God-fearing man and that they love Jesus. And meanwhile, their whole social media platform is based off of lustful content. Let's talk about it. I mean, I was born at night, but not last night. So let's not sit here and pretend like we don't know what you're doing with your gym content. You're intentionally feeding a man's lust for your attention and validation. And this is the part where most women do not want to take accountability. Yes, a man is responsible for his own eyes and where he's looking at, but you also need to be accountable for your actions and how you are presenting yourself and showing up and putting that lustful content right in front of him. Now, men, I'm going to speak to you for a moment. You cannot claim to be a good God-fearing man. Meanwhile, you are engaging, you are liking, you are following this type of content. You're participating in it. And there's a difference between being seen and making yourself a temptation. So fellas, guard your eyes, and ladies, carry yourself with honor. Jesus is not an aesthetic. He's Lord.
I hung up the plane at LAX with a dream my cardigan.
Okay, I have a question. So, women that make these types of posts and agree with them have never found a man useful. Tell me, how much of your life do you do completely on your own with no help at all from any man ever? Did you build your own house? Manufacture your own car? In fact, did you develop the majority of the technology that's currently used in the world today to actually make it the place that it is? Furthermore, who exactly protects your livelihood the way that it is so that you can have the freedom to actually express opinions like this? And when are the rest of you that think like this moving to a place all on your own so that can it be just women supporting women that feel this way about men? And let me know how that little adventure goes, because thus far from what I've seen, women usually need men at the end of the day, even if they don't like admitting it.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they want men to approach, but they want to tell men how to approach, right? And to a degree that makes sense, right? Well, obviously don't approach me, you know, in certain places, like at night during the park, like at, in a dark parking lot, or, you know, don't come up and call me baby. Like, I don't know you, I'm not your baby. Makes sense, right? But modern women have a way that they want men to approach, and you have to have it. It's one thing to say, okay, I don't want a man to call me baby because, you know, I don't know you. But then there's also, oh, I want him to be in a black suit, wearing some Louis Vuitton, I don't know, flip-flops, have a buzz cut, look like, I don't know, Matt, whoever, you get it. There's one thing to say, I don't want him disrespecting me, versus, oh, he got to come up like to me like this with a glass in his hand, and you don't get approached. Because if a man doesn't look a certain way, if he doesn't talk in a certain manner, right, then you disrespect him. And so men watch that, men see that, and then they're like, no.
That's the problem I have with marriage in our culture at the moment. Yeah. And that's why I think I've been embraced by like the red pill manosphere space, like the people that sort of are like, yeah, marriage is a scam. Yeah. Because it is if it's a bait and switch.
Yeah.
If it's, I'm going to inundate you with granola and blowjobs to get you to sign up for a thing. And then once you've signed up for it and locked in, I'm going to take out all of that stuff. And the stuff I get from you, the law will force you to continue to give me even after we split up. But the stuff you got from it, affection, attention, those things, court can't force me to do any of that. So I think a lot of women sign on for protector, provider, you know, help with the children, help support the children financially, help support me financially. And men sign on for be nice to me, be sweet to me, be kind to me. Well, only one side of that equation is enforceable by court order.
Where are all the good men? Where are all the good men? They're in your friend zone. That's where they are. And I know I'm the one that said men should stop about the friend zone, and they should. But ladies, let's not act like you don't know you put them there, because you did. And the irony is that man wanted to be your man. He did everything you said men don't do, only for him to end up like a brother to you. Only for you to complain to him that men aren't doing what he did to have you. And think about it. You already compare men to him. Whoever you told, I wish I had a guy just like you. You're going to make a girl so happy one day. Why can't more guys be like you? That's your man. How is he the standard of what you want, but he's not your man? How is he the standard of what you want to do, but he's not yours? How does that even make sense? You know what I'm saying? And think about it. You've been friends for 8 years. You've never had an issue with him. He comes through for you 90% of the time, and y'all like all the same. That's your man. Go call that man, apologize, and his brains out. He deserves it.
Men don't break up, bro. Like, they straight up check out. Like, they don't really care to lose her. You know what I mean? They don't really care to lose their shorty. But they're still going to care, you know what I mean? And care for her. You know, make sure she's happy. Make sure she's getting everything she asks. You know what I mean? But, like, she wouldn't care to, like, lose her. To better put this, like, imagine being in a relationship for a whole year. In the past 5 months, the guy has been checked out. He cares for the shorty's well-being. He cares for everything the shorty got going on throughout her day, weeks. You know what I mean? But he don't really care to lose the shorty. Like, if they were to have a big argument and the shorty was like, I don't feel like this is gonna work no more, I think we should break up, he's probably just gonna be like, what makes you think that? He's probably just gonna say, okay, at the end of the day. Because he doesn't really care to lose shorty. He cares for shorty, but he doesn't care to lose shorty, if that makes sense. Like, it wouldn't really put a big dent in his life. He'd just be like, okay, cool, it happened, whatever. And you know you're a cook when your man starts feeling this. Like, when a man starts feeling this, it basically just means that, like, he's overwhelmed and stressed out, and it's really hard to see the good qualities in you anymore after everything you've done. Like, let's say you cheated on him, or you just argue too much, you're always negative, you're not really supportive, you know what I mean, you're possessive, you're obsessed, like, you're really, like, trapping him and shit like that. Like, he's gonna disconnect, and he's not gonna really care to lose you, but he's gonna be like, I still want to make you happy, if you catch my drift.
Sometimes men disappear because they feel like their effort is not being reciprocated. A lot of women feel like their approach to dating is, you as a man have to prove to me you are worthy of my time, my energy, and me being more vulnerable to you. And because of what you've been through, you think that's the right way to do it. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with a man who's actually serious and he's seeing you're holding back, you got walls up, he has concerns that you're wasting his time. So now he falls off because he's like, all right, she's tripping, she's not really making any effort. But because there's still a desire there, because he still likes her, I think the comment, the like, is a temperature check. Let me see how she'll respond. Let me see if I can still reignite something here. But it all stemmed from, are we actually making a mutual effort to get to know each other? Okay. So just make sure, before you start throwing all kinds of accusations at the man, ask yourself, was I coming correct in this process or not?
Do you guys sometimes wonder, like, where are the men? Like, where are the strong men? Where are those men that are really just strong?
Yeah.
Where are the strong men of God? Where are you? I feel for women right now. Yeah. I feel like there's this, we've got to be in the end times.
No, that's what it is.
That's what it is, right?
Yes.
Because I'm looking around and I'm like, this can't be, right?
There really are great men out there.
There's such good men.
I know there is.
Yeah, there's great men.
I've met them. We've met them. We know them. They're hiding. It's so funny. And are there any girls like me? I'm such a hopeless romantic. There's really nothing that can happen that gets me to give up on love. Like,
no.
I love love.
Do you date women your own age?
I'm not attracted to them. There's very few that are really attractive.
I'm asking men, why are you like this?
I just want something peaceful to do. I just did a runway show in Milan. I've been a cover of a magazine.
You're on the cover of a magazine?
Yes, and a book as well.
Are you a famous model?
I wouldn't say a famous model, but I've been modeling for a while. Okay. Have you done any modeling?
Yes.
Quit?
I'm retired.
You retired?
Because I'm old now.
Oh, it's different for men. Women age differently.
What age women do you date?
23 to 33.
How old are you?
I'm 53 this year.
Do you date women your own age?
No. I'm not attracted to them. There's very few that are really attractive. I mean, I didn't make this world. It's just the way it is. A girl's not attracted to you if you don't have money.
Why does it stop at 33?
Because if you get into a nice long relationship, you've got at least 10 years where you're really attracted to her. And I age way better than most people. Like, I've got really nice skin. I'm really fit. I'm flexible. I'm fat.
On a scale of 0 to 10, rate your own looks.
Face 4.5, body 4.5.
Face 5, body 6.
I feel like they'll say like the glow up happened in the grow up, and I feel like I used to be a troll, like believe it or not, I did. But I feel like now, like I do Pilates, I do home workouts, like I feel like my body is where I want it to be. Like, so I guess I technically maybe rate my face like 8.5, my body like a 9.
5 for face card. I would definitely give my body more of a 7 or an 8.
What about you?
Face 4, body 6. Face 6, body 6.
Face 3, body 3.
Face 6.1, body 5.9.
Face 4.5, body 4.5, total 4.5. Let's talk to the 9 here at the table.
I can make myself look pretty presentable, and I feel like I look good.
Right.
And I mean, I work out. Like, I actually haven't been to the gym, but I do home workouts. I do Pilates, calisthenics.
Well, if they're that old and they still want younger girls, there's also a problem.
Well, let's say if he's 40, dating a 20-year-old, would that be weird?
It's pushing it.
pushing it.
100%. You should have morals as men and as women.
There we go. So
where you do not look at women under a certain age or at that point because it's just morally.
Okay, so you
it's
think
not
it's
okay.
immoral. Who agrees with her? Show of hands.
I don't really know.
It's funny because all of you women have on makeup. The makeup is to cover up wrinkles, to cover up blemishes, to make you look younger. So you're always trying to present yourself in the most youthful way. So with that being said, it can't be immoral if you're actually trying to look young to the guys that you're dating. Like you're 40 years old, but you're putting on makeup trying to look young. Well, if you think that it's weird, why don't you not put on makeup and just actually try to look your age? But the thing is, it can't be weird because you're not trying to look your age. You're all trying to look younger.
That's a good point.
And here we go.
So, it appears that according to some women, that men are nothing without them. It's going to come as a great shock to a great many men who actually are very self-assured, confident, and happy being single, to learn that to women, they're nothing unless they have a woman. But yet, ironically, some women who like to, quite obviously, dress for success seem to be the ones that are most adamant that women are everything without them. But yet, it really doesn't make any sense. If a person was that self-assured and confident in themselves, then why would they try to bring other people down? Doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? So really, are those women as happy being single as they say? Or is this just some kind of a cover because they're really quite genuinely miserable?
And you have a lot of these modern women that are asking men to put forth a lot of effort. 100%, actually 110%, 120%, right? It's not enough to get her flowers, pick her up for the date, take her to a nice restaurant and take her home, walk her up to the door. Hey, I had a nice night. Hopefully I can do this again, or hopefully I can see you again. I like that. And then you guys both go home with butterflies. No, really honestly and truth. Well, I can't even say that. I was about to say the only person that walks away with any kind of assurance is the lady in that situation. But she's not really even sure because the internet is telling her to have a roster and date multiple men. So even though she likes this guy, she might say, well, let me go see what else is out there. And she does, and she ends up going past a good guy for no reason. I'm thinking about a woman right now. Went on a date, really liked the guy. And she said, well, I have another date lined up. And instead of just calling the guy back and saying, hey, I don't, honestly and truly, because I don't want to waste your time and your money, there's a man that I've been seeing and I want to kind of pursue that. So I wanted to be upfront and honest with you and tell you before you take me out on a date and you spend your money and your time on me. And so I'm sorry if that makes you feel some type. Instead of saying that, you let the guy take you out on a date and then start complaining. He's doing this, he's doing that. And then she finally admitted at the end, he really wasn't a bad guy. I just didn't like him. Okay.